Okay, so I'm going to be recording, but we still can talk like friends or whatever because we're just talking about Law and
Yeah.
Order at this point. So, have you been? First of all,
Good.
good. Me too. Me too. Thank God. And yeah. So I know it's so many people that love SVU just like me.
Yes,
There's
I
so
do.
much to talk about. So you saw the last episode, right?
Yes, I did.
What did you think about it?
Scary.
Yeah, a tale of two
Scary.
victims. It was kind of scary because happened to two different people.
Sorry.
The same rape happened to two different people, but they were treated so differently because of their statuses in life.
They were.
I thought that's such a double standard. I hated it. I hated the double standard in it, but I was so proud of Olivia for standing up to McGrath. What did you think about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was amazing.
You read what I wrote,
Yes,
right?
it was. It truly, truly was. So, I had a couple questions. Like you told me before that you watched Law and Order for so long, like me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Like I started in 1998 when they first came out, and I thought, first I was watching Law and Order, the original one, and then I saw the promo for the new one. I was like, oh, it's got a woman in it. Let me check this one out, and that's when I started watching SVU. So, yeah, it was something else. So, did you ever watch the original Law and Order?
No, I never did because I was a kid when it came out.
Yeah, I don't think
I was 9.
Oh, 9. Okay. Whew. I don't know how old I was. I think I was married. I don't know, but I was old enough to watch it, but I'm telling my age. Oh my gosh.
That's okay.
Who's your favorite ADA on SVU?
Cabot and Barbara.
Good choices. Good choices. I liked Cabot, but I didn't like her as much as I did Barbara. Barbara, it was his swag, his attitude. He was wonderful. Plus, he had a good relationship with Olivia, I thought.
Yes, he did.
I miss him. I'm sad that he left. I thought that in Law and Order for the Defense that they were going to do that one, but now that's been canceled and put to the side.
Right.
Yeah, I thought maybe he would appear in that, but hopefully they can bring him back for maybe the 500th episode. That would be nice.
I think so.
Yeah, they said Danny Pino's coming back.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think so. I think the 500th episode is on the 21st.
Oh, really? Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's going to be good. I can't wait to see it because her husband, Peter Herman, is going to be in it. So I thought it was good they brought him back. And Danny Pino. And then I know they're going to throw a surprise in there for us some kind of way. So I'm really anxious to see who it's going to be. Oh, my eyeballs. Hold on a second. Sorry, it's something in my eye. Okay, so did you? I have a favorite guest star that was on the show. Actually, I have a couple of favorite guest stars, but one of my favorites was Whoopi Goldberg when she played the social worker. On there, she was in. She played Jeanette Grayson, season 17.
Yes,
Institutional. That was good to me because she showed that the system doesn't always work the way that we think it should work. That is overcrowded and overbooked, and people miss the red flags in life about children that are being abused, and they can't always help everybody. It was a particular case here in Chicago where I live that the social worker was supposed to visit the family quite frequently, and she didn't. And they came in there and they were looking for the child, and they couldn't find her. And what they had done is they had murdered the child and put her on the couch. You know, so there were red flags all over for that. But the social worker was so busy, you know, she missed it. So I
didn't care.
Right, or didn't care. And so that this little precious baby died because somebody wasn't doing their job, you know. So
Right.
that's one reason why I like that particular episode, because it brought to the full front that our system is corrupt, it's overcrowded, they need more social workers, period. Did you
Yep.
have a favorite guest star?
No, I like them all pretty much.
I know they're all great, right?
Except the one who plays her boyfriend.
Oh,
and
Olivia's boyfriend?
Yeah.
Does she have a boyfriend right now?
No, not right now. No.
Yeah, I didn't think so. She you talking about years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah. The guy that
Brian.
Yeah, Brian. I didn't like him. I didn't like him at all. Yeah, there's so much about SVU that we can cover, because it's been 23 years. And like I said, I have the podcast, and it would be good to have you on and
your podcast is awesome.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I thought, okay, I do the videos. Let's do a podcast, because, you know, some people just like to listen to it. But right. I really want people on that I can talk to that know the show like I do. And we can talk about it on the podcast and go over the review together. That would be nice. So my favorite SVU character that's been on the show all the time, of course, is Olivia. But I have a second favorite, is Munch. I miss Munch so much. Like John Munch, he was such a good guy. I miss him on the show.
Yeah, you know, he came from Law and Order and then went down to Law and Order SVU.
Yeah, he did. They say that he's sick in real life, so that's why he doesn't come back to the show or whatever. But I wish him well. I hope he's not really, really sick. But I heard that he wasn't doing so hot. So I hope that that he gets better. But anyway, he is kind of older now. So
he's like 77.
Yeah, he's older now. So, you know, he deserves his retirement or whatever. He did a great job on the show. Let me think. My favorite Elliot and Olivia moment. There's so many to choose from, but I like the fact that Elliot and Olivia, it's almost like they could finish each other's sentences when they were together, you know?
I know. And Kathy on the show said that it's like they what is it? Sorry, I'm trying to think.
It's okay. It's okay. It's like they're a married couple, but they weren't a married couple. Yeah. They would drink from the same cup.
It's like they're so in sync.
Yes, that's a good analogy of it. They're so in sync. And
that's what Kathy said on in the hospital bed.
Yeah.
When she said they're so in sync. So that I thought that foreshadowed something.
Yes, and I was just about to get into that with you. Do you think that Kathy thought Elliot was in love with Olivia?
Back years ago, I thought Elliot was, and I still think he is.
Yes,
but he was married all the way through. So I think she saw what everybody else saw, but he wanted to keep it under the radar.
Yeah.
For everybody else.
Yeah.
For
I do
everybody
think
else.
he is. I think Elliot and Olivia have a different kind of love. It might not be a passionate love. I think they have such a close, or well, they had such a close relationship, whereas they loved each other because they trusted each other. He had her back, she had his back. And even now, I think that he loves Olivia. He's just so afraid to tell her, because he did say he loved her in front of his kids. And then he tried to play it off like he didn't really say that. I was like, yes, you did. You did say it.
Did you see the Today Show episode?
No, I missed it. Tell me about
it. The host on the Today Show were talking about the 23rd season coming up, and Elliot and Olivia, and if they were gonna, have the
get together
kissing scene.
Yeah.
And the actor and actress were teasing each other. And so they were teasing the audience. And so they were like, don't tell our spouses.
Absolutely. It was something else. It really was. I don't know. I really thought
somebody posted that on Facebook.
Oh, really? They did?
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna have to go back and look at that, because oh, there we are. Isn't that cute? That's cute. Oh, I like that. That background fireplace. That works for me. Whatever. So I
don't have a background.
Oh, it pops up on my screen to both of us. But
okay.
Background. And that's fine, because we both look so good.
Yeah.
So they've been teasing us as to what they're gonna do, or if they're gonna get in a relationship. The thing is, I encounter a lot of people that say they don't want them together.
Right.
And, I don't know why not, though. Why would you not want them together? Like, it's about time.
Right.
So, what do you think about Carisi and Amanda?
No.
Oh, Lisi. You think no?
No.
See, I get that a lot. Some people say yes, and some people say no. See, I say yes only because Amanda's been with so many guys. Like, she's got 2 kids.
Right.
The fathers aren't around, even though, she pretty much got rid of the dads. They probably would have been around if she'd have just let them. But I think that Carisi is good for her. Like, she needs to settle down. But some people say, well, Carisi deserves somebody better. That's what a lot of people say, that Carisi deserves a better kind of person. So I don't know.
I like them together, but I don't like them together.
Yeah.
That makes any sense.
I get that totally. Yeah, a lot of people tell me that. They're like, no, I like them together, but I don't think they should be together. And I'm like, okay. So, let's see. Who's your favorite villain that's been on on SVU?
I like when Elliot saves her.
Yes, Elliot saves her a lot. He really puts his life on the line so many times just to save her. I don't like William Lewis. Like,
that's the one I was thinking of.
Right, he terrorized her. He kidnapped her twice. He was just downright evil. He really was. He was going to rape her in front of a little girl, and I was like, I hope she shoots this guy in the face. But he ended up shooting himself. Yeah, and then she had to go to court because they were like, you shot him, because nobody was up there. And she was like, I did not shoot him. He shot himself. So I was like, dang, but I'm glad that his storyline is over, because he was just plumb evil, So And then I thought about, there have been so many guest stars that have been on SVU, but some of the guest stars are not with us anymore. They've passed on. And my favorite guest star that's no longer with us, I tried to think of one, but I couldn't just think of one. So, John Ritter, I do like him. I miss him. He played that guy who on the show that killed his wife's baby because he thought it wasn't his baby. And then come to find out through DNA, it was his child. He thought that his wife was having an affair and got pregnant by somebody else. And then in the end, he found out he killed his own kid. So, yeah, that was deep. And then the other one is Robin Williams. I miss him. Yeah.
I really do miss Robin Williams.
I do. I felt when he died, I felt like a piece of joy had left the world, honestly, because he was so funny and he entertained the world with his comedic, abilities. But he felt like his life was really sad, and I felt like I'm sorry that he felt that way, because maybe if he'd have told somebody, maybe he wouldn't have taken his own life.
He was sick.
Yeah, they said he
had Lewy body dementia.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Really? I'm sorry that happened to him. I still wish that he'd have stayed here, but we all can, think what we think. It's not us. So we don't know what a person is truly going through until it's us. So I understand, but I do miss him. So I was talking to my daughter and I was trying to ask her what questions should I really ask. And she gave me a couple of questions that I could ask you, like, what's the one episode that kept you going? Like after you watched it, it just stayed in your head so long.
The one with the episode swing with Ellen Burstyn.
Huh?
That one with Ellen Burstyn.
Oh, okay. With his mom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Telling Kathleen it was okay because Kathleen had bipolar but didn't know it.
Mm. Yeah, that was
the other day I brought that up because somebody had said that somebody had seen the new episode of Organized Crime with her in the show.
Yeah.
And they said she's lost it. She has dementia. And I said, no, she has bipolar. And they're like, bipolar? And they just laughed at me for knowing what it was that she had.
Yeah.
I mean, not laughed at me, but
where they just ridiculed you or something?
Acted like I was dumb and didn't know what I was talking about.
People make me sick with that. I mean, everybody has their own opinions. When I saw it, I thought she had dementia as well, because my grandmothers, they both had dementia at the end and they couldn't remember who they were. Well, they remember who they were. They couldn't remember me or my mom or my dad, stuff like that. Or they couldn't remember if they put something on the stove and left it there, So at the end, they did have dementia. But I think she has dementia as well as bipolar because her mind changes so quickly. But people should not get angry at you for voicing your opinion. Because I put on one of my pages that the lady that plays Kathy, people were harassing her in real life. They were harassing her about Olivia and Elliot getting together. And I was like, people, get a freaking grip. It is a TV series. This is a real actress who's an author, and she just played a part, So they said that she was crying and everything because people were harassing her. So when I put it on my page, some people were like, yeah, she should get out the way. And I'm like, well, dang, she's dead on the show. How much can she get out the way anymore? And then other people were like, well, that's just stupid. They shouldn't be harassing her in real life because it's just a show. And I thought, wow, it's such a contrast to people that are just plumb crazy and then people that understand it's just a show.
Right.
But yeah, that was a lot.
I understand it is just a show, but I also understand how painful it is when you're an actress trying to make a living and can't because they typecast you.
Well, that's true, and they've typecast a lot of people. Like the guy that plays Harry Potter. You know, they typecast him for a long time. He couldn't get a job. The guy that was in Lord of the Rings, Frodo, you know, he couldn't get a job because everybody saw him as Frodo and nothing else, you know. So, yeah, right. I mean, some people that do scary movies only can get scary movie roles, you know. So,
right.
I hope that she has a wonderful career after this and that she bounces back healthily, because that can play a part on your mind, you know,
mental
thinking that way. Definitely. So the episode, I guess one of the episodes that I couldn't watch again, my daughter was like, well, what episode would you not watch again? I can't watch any of the William Lewis episodes again because it's just too scary. It's too realistic for me.
I can't either. But
like, he was in several.
I sat there and watched all through 22 before 23 came out.
Really? I just
went through 22 because years ago I started watching it and going back and going, what is this?
Yeah.
What is this? Huh? Who is this? What is this?
It was definitely something where like I said, he played in so many different episodes in season 15 and 16 that I was just like, I was totally scared because a lot of the stuff that he was doing, you know, that can happen in real life. Somebody can kidnap you and torture you for days. And sometimes if you're not close to your family or don't have family that calls you every day, they wouldn't even know you're gone, you know?
Right.
So yeah, that was it for me.
The ones that were scary were Townhouse.
Yes, Townhouse was scary too. It's so many that make me think after each one, man, could that happen to me, or could that happen to my kids, or my kids should be careful. Another one that I don't know the name of it, but another one that I can't watch again is when they had those two African American sisters where the sisters, one of the sisters was raped, and then she had to watch her sister being raped by that.
I know which one that is.
Yeah, and they grew up and they had to deal with that trauma. They eventually went to the jail to confront him, and he wasn't even sorry. You know, he wasn't even sorry for what he did.
No.
You know, and that was sad. I can't watch that one because it makes me infuriated. Yeah. Now, there are a couple episodes that are close to life for me, like I was telling you before. The J. Von Brown episode in Gardens and Gladiators.
That one was...
Oh, God, it made me so mad. It made me so mad because I was mad at Olivia, actually, in that episode because she arrested him for no doggone reason. She arrested him only because he was Black. And she's not prejudiced. It's just that she stereotyped him. And for me, as an African American, this happens to us all the time. You know, we get arrested for no reason. We get harassed for no reason. We get followed for no reason. We get pulled over for no reason. We can't walk in the park. We can't walk our dog. You know, it's just et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So that episode really got to me because it's real life. This is what happens every single day to us. So yeah, that one really got to me. Did you have an episode that like really pissed you off? Like, you know, you were just mad?
I was mad at the guest actors more than I was mad at
Olivia.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. She stands up for women even in real life with her Joyful Heart Foundation.org.
Yes.
Yeah,
and
she does.
And I appreciate that.
Me too. She became a
Because,
real rape counselor in real life. You know,
right.
so a lot of people look up to her, and it's good that she puts her money where her mouth is. You know, she actually does something about it. Yep. So I'm really proud of her in that aspect. And also, I was glad to see that her foot healed that fast.
Yeah.
I was scared for her at first because she broke her knee, and then she turned around and broke her foot. I was like, Olivia, what you doing? You walking in heels in the street or something? What are you doing? You know, as we get older.
She tripped.
Yeah, she tripped, which I would probably do because I'm so clumsy. But yeah, I was worried. I was like, wait a minute, she hurting herself. Wait. So I'm glad to see that her foot has finally healed and that they did a storyline around her foot being broken.
Yeah.
So you watch Law and Order Organized Crime too, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay, great. So what do you think of Elliot and Flatura? Do you really think they did the deed? Yeah. Miss Brusco, Albie's wife.
Oh.
The lady that likes him?
No. I don't think he would have done that.
I don't think he's going to do it either. I think that somebody's going to knock on the door or call him or interrupt him or something, because I'm telling you what, if he has relations with that lady, I'm going to lose my freaking mind, because he should be with Olivia. You know, when he was at the house and he was calling her on the phone and he was trying to leave her a message, and then it went, bleep, if you think your message is okay, press 1. I was like, ah! I was like, stupid phone. So I don't know. He just needs to tell her already.
Yeah, but I understand why he doesn't, but I don't understand why he doesn't.
I think he's still grieving Kathy, and he doesn't want to be disrespectful to Kathy.
Right.
But I think if Kathy would have wanted him to be with anybody, it would have been Olivia, because Kathy knew Olivia loves Elliot and will never let anything happen to him nor her kids, because the kids seem to like her too. Right. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you think Elliot
that goes back to the last episode. I mean, episode 9 of 22.
Mm-hmm.
When she said, you guys were always so in sync.
Yeah.
I think that letter goes back to that.
I do think the letter goes back to that. And I thought the letter was lovely, the way she wrote a letter to break the ice between her and Elliot. And I love the fact that he snuck that in at the end, that in a parallel universe, it'll always be me and you, Liv. And I thought, okay, quit playing with me. You know you love her. Just say something already. Like that.
Yeah.
I really want to see them hug it out. Even if they don't get together, which I really hope they do get together, but even if they don't get together, I want them to finally deal with it, because it seems like they're dragging it out with them dealing with it.
You know that there's 24 episodes. Right?
This season?
Yeah.
No, I did not know that. See, you're so smart. I had no idea that it was 24 episodes.
There's 3 stories. There's 3 cases that they're going to be working on.
So on OC, on Organized Crime?
Yeah.
So he's going to do 24 episodes?
Yep.
Oh my gosh, that's a long season. Well,
no, that's the original length of a season.
Wow, that's going to be good then, because last season was great. Like last season, but I'm so worried for Elliot. Like he's undercover. Like he really playing the role. I thought that Costa was going to hurt him last week when he popped Luca in the mouth for, being rude to that waitress. I thought he was going to get it, but he didn't get it. There's not a lot of quality television to watch anymore, but to have SVU and Law and Order Organized Crime back to back. I really love it. And I'm glad that I got a chance to talk to you about it. It'd be great if we can talk again about, like I say, doing the podcast together to see if I can have you on, and I'll just ask you a couple questions and you can answer the questions for the people, and we could do that.